Hello, fellow citizens. Or maybe you're not a citizen. I guess I don't know. Every time I say citizen, I think of Starship Troopers. Anyway, my throat's kind of hurting. I'm developing a cough, so we're going to try to get this done as quick as possible. My money's on the Wildberries. I don't think the Kingsmen are all that great. They're funny. They're entertaining. I don't think that I don't know, is he Indian? Is he black? I don't know, this Devin guy, I don't think he's British. His accent sounds so fake. I was in Mary Poppins. I know how to do a British accent. And that's not it. The other guy's British as shit, but... Alright, let's go ahead and get rolling. Maybe.
Then it's time to Schmoedown! All right. Let's get to the introductions. Introducing first.
Mark's so classy.
Representing Her Majesty's Royal Guard. With a
that
record
whole thing with
of
Brienne.
0 wins and 1
Everyone
defeat.
keeps coming. Everyone keeps coming to Brienne asking for her spot. Why would Brienne give that spot to anyone that's not herself? She knows her stuff. She totally like could win any match she puts herself in. Or like she has potential to. I think it's stupid that everyone's coming to her. If anything, she'll give it to Mike Kalinowski just for the plot of the show. I don't know. It's dumb.
They are the gentlemen.
The Kingsmen,
Jack!
no chance.
Hind and the debonair Devon Stewart.
Even though they made it seem like they wanted a faction, I don't really know. I wasn't really listening that well. I wasn't interested. If they want to be in a faction, whether that's even stupider, even more stupid. It's just dumb. But they're funny. They're funny.
Known as the Kingsmen. And here they come, debonair as ever. Looking very royal guard, is whether from Star Wars or from Great Britain, one and the same. Hello to Ken Knapsack. They aspire to your ability one day, and they're saying hi to the fans out there now. This is some of the nicest dress we've had yet on the show.
Check's very polite. Devon is working now.
Devon, I think Will Smith should be following Devon on Instagram.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that's the way that should work out. And their opponents from the realm of chaos, with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats, selling t-shirts around the world. They are the Wild Man, Josh McCouga, and Elliot, the Mountain Dewberry. Oh boy. They have beer paraphernalia, and it looks like somebody's going to be beer bonging, I believe that's what the kids call it. Crack that open, and now Elliot will be, it looks like doing the duties himself, or is that McCouga's going to be doing that?
We don't recommend, that's what I'm trying to say. That you
this is very dangerous, kids. These are trained professionals. They're not trained professionals. We don't really care if they live or die, though.
We did learn some of this stuff in Pittsburgh at a trade school, so.
Okay, and Elliot going to get down to bong this beer. He's giving us a countdown, building the suspense. The tap is open. The beer is coming down the gullet now, and it is inside Elliot Dewberry. Wow. Very excited about their home country. This is clearly 1776 all over again, Ken.
It's similar to...
Okay, they want the Schmoedown Wild again, and
that is similar to how we won the Revolutionary War.
He's sitting next to me.
Now that
boisterous display was over. There's something.
I can't hear you. I don't speak your words.
Well, if you don't speak my words, you will speak these words. I was actually the champion beer bong drinker back in the UK.
What are you drinking out of a cricket bat?
Do you even know what a cricket bat is?
Yeah,
Can
it's
you
a
spell
flat
cricket?
wooden thing that you hit a hard ball with.
That I hit your head weird. Give me your beer bong.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Ken,
Wait,
what's-
where's the rest of it? Aren't you supposed to finish it when you do it?
Wow. Okay, Makuga picking up.
Is that how you do it in America? You just like half, you just half do it?
Generally, it is one person to one beer and a bong.
What are you going to put in
So-
the tea?
Drink the rest of it?
Is this the start of the Schmoedown beer?
I will assure our fans at some point we will be answering movie
British kid.
trivia
Adam Smith, can we
questions
get a
here.
beer?
I had an extra one here.
Warm like the Brits like it.
And
That is
flat.
a true fact. The
That's
Brits do
true,
enjoy their
right,
beer a little
yeah.
bit warmer
So
than
I'm going to
we
give
do in the
Dewberry
States.
They're
There's
infected.
no
an
right or
extra
wrong
2
answer.
seconds for not finishing it. So Dewberry did it in 9.
Infected with Wildberries.
That's right.
Oh, that didn't make much sense, but fuck it.
I understood the joke.
Ken, I prefer Makuga yelling off mic
Yeah,
more so than
definitely
on
off
mic.
mic's a little bit better for Josh McCouga to yell.
And Makuga, very
I agree.
courteous.
Here we go.
don't
do it.
Because you can still hear him.
Real sign
Okay.
of
Here we
brotherhood.
go. Okay.
And here we go. We hope nobody has venereal diseases.
Yeah, well, that's it.
And here we go. The Kingsmen. Wow. Wow, Ken. I think that the first point goes to the Kingsmen.
That might be the match, and a disrespect there.
That was a
Well, I beat you
Whoa.
at that game, now let me beat you at this game.
Look,
man.
I don't know
Whoa.
what's
Do it again?
All right, round 2, butt chugging.
All right. Somebody had to bring up the B word, and that means we transition to movie trivia.
Oh, that's what we're doing?
I'd
I
just
don't
like
know
to
what-
point out real quick that I went to shake the man's hand like a proper gentleman from America,
I don't know.
and
where-
I was denied. Elliot, do you find that classy?
No, I don't find it classy at all. These are the same people that brought smallpox to the New World.
That's
Can
true.
you really trust them?
No, we can't trust him. And
Oh my
what the hell
goodness.
does cheeky mean anyway? Where I come from, we don't say those words.
Nope.
Nerd.
We eat
Should
chicken
we-
out of a bucket. Fuck Nando.
Should we talk about what America brought to the free world, or should we just move on and carry on?
Don't fall into the trap of two Saint Bernards. Let's go, Jack.
I don't. Look,
They're
Is that
more
a
cocker
Sherlock
spaniels.
Holmes reference there, perhaps. Either way, this is kind of like the perfect melding of America and England, better known as Australia. Ken, we are going to kick off the movie trivia portion of the show here. I will allow you to have the first question. Before we get to that, I will break down the rules for the gentlemen and the non-gentlemen at the table.
Are we doing American rules or British rules?
Right now, this is a worldwide Earthling rules. Each question in round 1 is worth 1 point. You're going to hear 8 of those questions from 8 different movie categories. Keep in mind there is no stealing in round 1. There is no penalty for missing a question in round 1. Each team has 3
Oh,
usages
no, I
of the
have the hiccups.
JTE rule. If you're not sure of a question, you
Oh,
didn't
this
hear
is
it all the way
bad.
through, use one of your JTE rules. Keep in mind you do only have 3 of those for the entire match. You also have a challenge. If you don't agree with the ruling that was made up here at our answer desk, you may use the challenge at your own peril. Wildberries, are you ready to go?
I sure am, Mark.
Okay, and Kingsman.
Mr. Ken, Mark? Correct.
All right, Ken, then without further ado, let's
Mark,
get
hey, Mark, those,
ready to Schmoedown.
Those mountains on your jacket look blue and cold, my friend. Congratulations on your new corporate sponsorship.
I will point out that Coors Light is not paying us any money yet, but if you want to tag them in these tweets, we appreciate it.
And our corporate sponsor, T-Public, where you can find the Wildberries t-shirts and new Wildberries t-shirt with me holding a keg in the air. You're welcome, America.
And with that, Ken, let's get ready to Schmoedown!
3 rounds to a finish. First question comes in the category of comedies. Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn's mentor Chaz moves on from crashing weddings to crashing what in order to meet women?
Pretty apropos question. Kicking us off here, if you talk about a
It seems like 5,
movie.
4, 3, 2,
Dirty
and
comedy.
1. Looking for answers starting with Elliot.
Funerals.
That is correct. Wildberries.
Funerals.
That's correct. McCougs,
I was going to say British high tea, but funerals.
please don't burp into the mic again. Devon.
It's my bad.
Funerals, sir.
Perfect.
And please
perfect.
shoot him after the show.
Take him out back and get rid of him like a dirty dog.
All right, our next question comes from the world of animated movies. These are movies that are drawn by hand or by computer. Your question is, in Finding Nemo, what is Nemo's father's name? You find yourself being attracted to fish? I mean, like, do you like the movies?
I dated, 5, 4.
That sounds like a
3,
college exploit as well.
2, 1, and looking for answers starting with Jack.
Clive.
That is not correct. Makuga.
Good plug for Clive Owen, great British actor. Albert Brooks.
No.
He might have voiced them, but not actually the name of the character.
Devon.
I think it's
Is it Marlin?
That is correct for a point
I
there.
spelled it
Don't
with an
worry,
E
I'll
and with an
carry
I
the
because I
team.
wasn't sure.
All right, and
Because I know Marlin's also
John
a pickup
Cusack?
fish.
not
Marlin.
correct.
Well,
Yeah.
I wish John Cusack was my dad.
Would have been an odd name for a fish, either Albert Brooks or John Cusack.
All
They
right.
named a clownfish Marlin? That
Third-
movie has some holes.
Yeah.
Third question comes in the category of dramas. This is serious films, something Josh is not in. Catch Me If You Can. Frank and Carl encounter each other every year during what holiday?
You see yourself more as a criminal or more as the guy getting the criminal? I think in your
I don't
history,
know.
you've proven to
Yeah,
be one more
I've
than the other.
arrested over probably 100 people myself in my life. I would catch you if I could.
You missed the thrill?
I do sometimes. 5, 4,
I have no
Gonna arrest
idea.
me?
Three,
I haven't seen it. It's on my
2,
list though.
1. Looking for answers starting with Makuga.
Christmas.
That is correct, sir.
Oh, Christmas.
Devon.
what is Christmas?
That is correct.
Oh, yes, dear.
Elliot.
Christmas. And here in America, we say
right.
Merry Christmas.
All
No,
right.
Happy Christmas. And wear
Jack.
crowns.
I thought it was a trick question when Thanksgiving as an American.
No, we are tied up at
Apologies.
Yes.
Apologies.
We're tied up
America.
at
Yes.
4 here.
I thought you were
Yes.
trying to trick me with the
Okay.
weird holidays.
Oh, happy Christmas. We wear crowns.
next-
It's a tree.
Question
Excuse me, young boy, what day is
comes
today?
from the
Happy
world
Christmas,
of
sir.
Christmas Eve,
movie
sir.
release dates. If you're talking, you will not hear the question.
Okay, sorry, Mark.
Which film
Hard to
was
hear you throw that
released
Coors Light
first? Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore? Ken, I can't tell if Devon
I
is
mean, I got a
fake British or
50-50
just
shot,
enjoys
but I'm
being
not
real
actually
British so
sure.
much.
They were pretty close.
A little column A, a little column B.
Or at least I thought they were.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Looking for answers starting with Devon.
What is Billy?
That is
Give him
correct.
the point.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We wrote Billy.
Billy Madison. Don't
That's not
challenge
the
it.
name of the movie, dudes.
It's a 50-50
Challenge.
shot.
Put him fucking on the table.
No.
All right.
Makuga.
Is on the
Answer
table.
Billy
from
Madison.
Devon. The bread has been challenged by Josh the American. We will now consult with the
The
judges.
movie's not called Out of. It's called Out of Africa.
That's a bad challenge.
We are back. We have consulted
It's
with
a
no less than
50-50 shot.
4 judges. And Ken, we have come to the ruling that had the question been asked and the choice has not been given in the question, we would not award the point
Exactly.
simply to Billy. However, because the 2 options were Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, we will allow Billy to be accepted
BS.
as
I just
a
want
point.
you guys to know, I'm being serious right now. That is BS.
Okay.
That's fucking BS.
Josh is letting
most
us know.
dramatic
Every
here?
time you do. I'm so
I love
sorry.
you so much,
Yes!
but you are the best.
Oh, it's Star Wars: The Empire.
We move
What the fuck
on
movie is that?
to
Good one.
I think I know what movie that is.
Everyone
I
knows
wrote
what that is.
Billy
We just
Madison.
Call
That's a
correct.
point for
it,
him.
we just call it
Not to be
Empire. That was a
confused
bad
with all the
example.
other Billies that have movies. It's
That's
not,
right.
Madison.
it's not Billy
That's
Elliot.
right.
It's Billy
Josh
Madison.
Makuga.
Billy Madison.
And Makuga. Billy Madison.
Look at him write the both
so
names
mad.
just like a gentleman.
To tie up the game at 6 apiece.
All
here.
right,
Oh, I'm
hotly
perfect
contested
so
match
far,
thus far.
guys.
All right. 5th question comes in the
Spicy.
category of fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, never mind.
Who played Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter
Oh, shit.
films?
Just kidding.
This one's close to your heart, maybe?
Near and dear to me is all 9, 10,
I've been
11
playing
and a
the
half
Harry Potter
films.
games
13
all day, every day.
1 films.
I'm
5,
obsessed
Count those
with
other
it.
ones.
4,
Prequels now.
3, 2, and 1. Looking for answers starting
Emma
with
Watson.
Elliot.
That would be Brown University's own Emma Watson.
All right.
10
look at
points
that.
for Gryffindor.
He is
Even
American
got
education.
the Ivy League school red.
British born Emma Watson.
That's
True.
correct.
Also
British
true.
by birth, American by choice.
Mr.
I just
Makuga.
wrote Emma.
Emma.
Is that cool?
Yes.
no, that's my
Cool.
sister's
Yes.
name, and my sister
Emma
wasn't in it.
All right.
And
I thought he
Devon.
was serious.
Well, we know how you Americans love Emma Watson.
We do.
All your
We do.
wet dreams here.
Whoa.
We are tied up at 8. Tied up at
Whoa.
8.
Tied up at 8, and we move on to action adventure.
Would it be rude to ask for another beer?
Action adventure. It
Yeah.
would not if we have a production assistant that can.
Sorry,
Go
we
grab
don't,
that
we don't
for you.
have lager on tap here. Would you
Your
accept a Coors
question
Light?
is: what classic movie character hails from Skull Island? Classic movie character. Ken, it has been hotly debated in here.
Yeah.
I can't tell who's going to be friends with who at the end of this movie.
I don't know.
You know, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll find out.
Don't
Starting
even have a guess.
answers here, starting with Jack.
King Kong?
That is correct for 9 points.
King Kong.
That's
I
right.
was gonna say Skull Island sounds familiar. I've never seen a King Kong film.
First to hit 10.
He actually put King Kong and Elliot Dewberry.
We don't have kings here. We have presidents.
We don't need any kings. We run a capitalist
We
market
have
society
presidents.
without a monarchy.
And we stand for our flag.
Elliot Dewberry.
It would be King Kong, not to
That's
be
right.
confused with Donkey Kong
Tied
or
up at
all the other
10
Kongs.
here.
All
Tied
right.
up at
Swing and a
10.
miss, sir.
Or
Yeah, I've
King
never
George, who we beat.
Never
in
seen
the
King
Civil War,
Kong.
American War.
Mighty Joe Young.
The Revolution.
favorite
Shut up.
thriller movie.
It's fine.
Good
All
one.
right,
That's a
guys.
good one.
Seventh question
I heard
comes in the
Rampage was
category of
pretty good,
horror
though, too.
thriller. Horror thriller.
No,
In
that counts.
1976, The Omen, the character of Catherine Thorne was played by Lee Remick, who played the same character in the 2006 remake. Ugh, gross.
Boy, I saw that in the theater, and it was because I was paid to do so by a review show that hired me before Schmoes Know How.
I saw that
I
in
didn't see
76.
this, but I saw the trailer, and I feel like I know this answer,
2,
but I
and
could
1.
not
Look for answer
guess it.
starting with Josh Bakuga.
Yeah, Katie Sackhoff.
That'd be
No,
awesome.
it's a good guess. It's a good guess.
I love
It's a
Katie
good guess.
Sackhoff. Mostly
it's
'cause of the
scary.
show.
I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm not
Devon.
going to watch the trailer.
Who is Naomi Watts?
Incorrect.
Another good
Elliot.
guess.
Fool!
Donkey Kong.
No, incorrect. Jack.
Carrie Allison Baker?
Now we are looking for Julia Stiles, everybody.
Oh.
Julia Stiles.
Not going to lie, I did
Okay,
not
I did
watch
know
that
that.
movie. I didn't care for it.
You know what's a great movie is The Prince and Me with Julia Stiles.
No, yeah.
Great movie.
Final question.
I love
All
that
right,
movie.
ladies and gentlemen, we have
I'm a
come to
sucker
the
for
last
romance
question
movies,
in
so.
round one. Sometimes rounds end, and sometimes they just get put out of their misery. This
All right.
is a Patreon question, so we want to give a shout
this
out
the
to
last
John
one?
Patterson, a loyal
Oh, I almost
patron who
exited
helped us
out.
with this question. John Patterson, the question is in the realm of 90s movies for you, everybody at home, as well as the field up there. What type of animal is used to lure the T-Rex out of the jungle in Jurassic Park?
Okay.
What type of animal? Is it a Kingsman? Is it a Wildberry?
5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't remember.
and 1. Looking for answers starting with Devon.
What is a cow?
That is incorrect.
Ooh, I put cow too.
Elliot.
I really thought, I was like, if
I think
it's
he lost
anything,
his
I think
accent
it's
there,
the cow.
boys.
I swear, for God, it was a cow, huh?
Elliot.
Devon, back in the...
No,
it's not a
incorrect.
We all
Jack.
put
I
cow.
thought it was a cow.
Okay.
I'm going to
John-
say goat.
that is. Wow, I don't
I thought it
know.
was a cow. But so did Daniel.
I will point out. Thank you very much. I will point out that with that correct answer, the Wildberries won absolutely nothing. They simply have a point lead.
Yeah.
True. They do have a point lead. I'm gonna back this up another second. Okay. So, end of round 1. I have 5 points. Ain't that neat? 5 points towards the fan league. But when I keep scoring my channel, I give myself 2 points because it's teams, and that way it's more relative comparison. I know it's still not perfect because I'm not 2 people, but it's closer. At which I have 10 points. So, alright, let's do round 2.
So the Wildberries won absolutely nothing. They simply have a point lead
Yeah.
on the Kingsmen.
And your winner of round 1,
Going
the
in.
Wildberries.
to round 2, also known as the wheel round. And if you thought things were hot and sweaty in the first one, well, you're right. But the second round, things can really change because the stakes double, Ken, and it is known as the wheel round. Each team is going to have a spin at that there wheel. If you don't like the category you spin, you are awarded 1 mulligan, at which point you have to take whatever category you do spin. Each category has 6 questions for the teams to answer, and you're allowed to confer with your teammate at your leisure, though we still have a 15-second time limit. Each question is worth 2 points. If you're not sure of the answer, you can check to multiple choice, at which point the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, teams, there is stealing available in round 2. Ken, it does appear that the Wildberries are beating the Kingsmen by a very dramatic point. So Wildberries, would you like to spin first or defer to your brothers across the pond?
We will defer.
Defer.
That's very gentlemanly of you.
It is. That's very ladylike. No offense to my women here. All class.
Kingsman, you are going to spin first.
Last time and you were
Slowly turning into a southern gentleman. Over
Yeah. You're starting to sound more like the judge in My Cousin Vinny than an actual British prison.
All right.
No, fully British here.
Brit. Mark, I didn't go to college. I started my radio career. Was that first round what a frat party was like? I still don't know.
That was what a frat party that gets shut down, and many people go to jail.
I'm still shaken by that, what I've witnessed here.
That was more than DUI arrest.
Isn't that then?
And here comes the wheel. Solid spin.
Very dainty spin.
By Kingsman. We're looking at modern.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams.
Robin
You wanna
Williams.
keep it?
I don't.
You know Robin Williams is American.
I don't know. Kevin
Robin Williams
Smith
played
had a
over
win.
any
National
Brits.
treasures here.
Let's do it.
All right, they're going to stick
Whoa.
with
All right.
Stay
Robin
When they were
Williams.
casting Mrs. Doubtfire,
The disaster movies.
Very interesting choice because Robin Williams, one of the most beloved comedic actors of all time.
I love
Maybe
Robin
if Kingsmen don't get a question, the
That was the
Wildberries have a
first
legit chance to
heartbreak
steal.
death.
Ken Knapsack will
Celebrity
be
death for
administering
me.
the Robin Williams questions.
All right, six
Or did Paul Walker die
questions. Six
first?
questions in this
I
game.
think Paul
First
Walker
one.
might have passed away first.
Who directed Robin
Either way,
Williams in the dark comedy Death to Smoochie?
I don't know.
Can we have multiple choice, please?
Yeah.
Multiple choice. It is
Don't laugh at me, Mark.
A. Danny DeVito. B. Barry
Barry
Levinson.
Levinson.
C. Edward Norton.
Edward Norton
D.
directed
Mike
movies?
Nichols.
I'm going Barry Levinson.
B. Barry Levinson.
That is incorrect for Steele.
C. Edward
can you
Norton.
read those again, please?
A. Danny DeVito.
Does that count as a JT?
B. Barry Levinson. C. Edward Norton. D. Mike Nichols.
To an extent, it would, but
5, 4, 3,
Danny DeVito?
2. That is correct for a point and a steal.
And I don't want to
Thanks.
call myself Nostradamus or a prophet of any kind, Ken, but we already see that bearing fruit. The Wildberries clearly fans of Robin Williams as well.
Right. He was loved by many, right?
Including-
Okay. Second question.
Not wrong.
Who did Robin Williams play in the Knights
Teddy
of
Roosevelt.
Museum films?
Oh,
American
well,
Hero.
No, because we did that last time. You said
Okay.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Whisper it ever so softly.
All right. Gonna need an answer soon in 5, 4.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That is correct for 2
Eleanor
points.
Roosevelt.
Tie the
Eleanor
game up.
It was so cute to see them remember American history. I believe he was holding a stick where
Yeah,
he
no,
would
a
speak
sword. A
softly
sword, not a
and
stick.
carry a big stick, but also, there you go.
On the horse. Yeah.
All right, third
He's so
question
happy with
out
it.
of 6. In
thought it was General
Jumanji,
Sorry.
What does
No, there was
Robin
a shoe
Williams'
caught in
father
it.
make at his factory?
Wait.
I know the
You
answer.
sure? Okay.
What are shoes? It is a shoe
That's
factory.
correct. 2 more points there.
It's a cobbler, as
All right.
This smattering of applause shows just how much they like the Kingsmen.
And
Okay.
no one likes you.
Fourth question.
What a great
Everyone
British
likes-
insult there.
Yeah, that was bold.
Name the movie that stars Robin Williams as a saxophonist who is sent with the circus to perform in New York City and decides to defect.
What is multiple choice, please?
A. Moscow on the Hudson. B. Seize the Day. C. The Best
World
of Times.
According to
D.
Garp.
The World According to Garp.
I don't know. I'm gonna go.
Those are
Well, it could be Moscow on the Hudson. No, the world
5,
according to Garp. That's my guess.
4, 3.
Second guess
2,
Moscow on
yeah.
Moscow
1.
on the Hudson.
C.
That is incorrect.
Is it Moscow on the Hudson?
That's correct for a steal.
All right. No
Two
point.
questions remain, Ken, and the Kingsmen
Was
clinging to
Mikhail
a 1 point lead.
Baryshnikov in that movie? I believe he was.
I believe the famed dancer whose poster you have many of on your walls.
And trading cards. All right, number 5 out of 6. 5 out of 6. Who was Robin Williams' co-lead in the 2009 Disney comedy Old Dogs?
Seth Green was in that movie, but I don't know if he was considered the co-lead.
Mostly pick the movies that
John
you know.
Travolta, I think.
That's part of the point.
Can we
It was
add
Wild Hogs. Or was he in,
multiple choice.
he
All
was
right.
in Old Dogs, too.
A. John Travolta.
Yeah.
B. Martin Lawrence. C. Tim Allen. D. Emilio Estevez.
I think it was John Travolta.
It's just the worst lineup.
They're all believable.
I think so. Go for it.
What is John Travolta?
That's correct for a point.
Wow, what a score.
Still have a 15, 13
Well, I know that
lead
it's
for the
definitely
final
not a
one.
Martin Lawrence movie.
What's the one with the motorcycles?
Are
and
we
John
there
Bro,
yet?
That's Wild
Wild
Hogs.
Hogs.
Wild Hogs.
I love that movie.
We
All
win
right.
each
Wild
match.
Hogs!
Oh, terrible.
Oh,
Final question
I think
in
that movie's
this
so
category.
funny. I
Who
used to watch it
directed
all
the
the time as a kid.
1996 comedy Jack?
Kingsman would really like
know
this
the movie.
to
I'm terrible with that.
I don't know. Ron Howard.
Multiple choice, please.
Please.
Yeah, multiple.
Multiple choice, indeed. It is A. Joe Johnston. B. Mike Nichols.
Go
C.
Mike Nichols.
Francis Ford
We've seen
Coppola.
him-
D.
oh,
Chris
could be
Columbus.
Coppola. I'm gonna go with C. Second guess, B.
Point lead. This would be key 5.
That one's up to you.
By second guess, I mean if they say C and it's
Who
wrong,
is-
I would go with B.
Mike Nichols.
That is incorrect for a
It
steal.
was Francis Ford Coppola.
All right.
1 point game.
Big
Wildberries.
Kingsman scored 5 points there, Mr. Ellis, but 3 points in steals for Wildberries.
We knew that they were fans of Wildberries, a lot like Jack. They're just kids in a grown man's body, and now it is the Wildberries' turn to spin. It looks like Elliot is.
Newly
stand
married
it
Elliot
back.
Dewberry. He's off the market, ladies.
Oh,
Look at him.
congratulations.
He's handsome, great beard.
Elliot Dewberry
He
and
does have a
Makuga,
very
who
good
shockingly
beard.
both have
Thank
found
you.
brides.
Look
What
at
am I
that.
saying about it?
Holy, that is one hell of a spin.
That is an
Even if it
American
lands on
spin if I've
opponent's
ever
choice,
seen one,
we're
Ken.
fine with that because we
Yeah,
know
good.
everything
Spin is
about
in.
everything.
You got to think they're looking for 80s movies. That's the decade in which they were
There we go.
born.
Yeah, because they were alive in the 80s.
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
Did it could be opponent's choice or Ken. It is the 80s.
Are they gonna stick with it?
Yeah, it's their strength, isn't it?
You should ask yourself.
Here's the thing. It's a broad category.
It is a very broad category.
All right, rip it
I
again.
wasn't alive
Rip it
then.
again.
I thought that was
They're not
another
going to go with
strength.
80s. I don't know about that there. That
Ken,
was a good.
I
They'd
feel
probably ask a bunch
privileged
of, like, Drew
to have
McQueenie-style
witnessed
questions,
a
like,
master
who
strategy
directed-
session between two great players
It's
right
a
there.
movie.
Yeah, all the strategy of a skill
Come
from
on, man.
seen from
Well, I
Dr.
guess
Strange.
Americans
Would they
normally
quit?
get what they want, don't they?
And
No,
it
no,
looks
no,
like
no,
we're
no,
not
no,
going to
no,
get
no.
80s again. We could have Sandra Bullock or disaster movie.
Oh, yeah, count me
Okay.
out
What
already.
is Volcano? Yes.
He
Disaster
loves Senate
film.
movies so much.
What is Dante's Peak?
Disaster
Pierce Brosnan.
films. Disaster films. Not to be confused with this game. Disaster
Tommy Lee
films.
Jones.
What is
Okay.
Legally Blonde 2? Back in Blonde.
Day after tomorrow.
Miss Congeniality.
Red, white,
right,
and blonde.
guys,
Yeah,
six
I was like,
questions, six
back and
questions.
blonde. No.
6 questions, and the first
Come on,
question
Chuck,
in the
you
world
should know
of
that.
disaster films is: who played Blake Gaines' daughter to Dwayne Johnson's character in the
I haven't
disaster
seen it.
film San Andreas?
Dakota Fanning. I haven't seen it.
Alexandra Daddario.
2 points for the Wildberries. You would have guessed they could have gotten that one right.
That movie is a tale of warning people.
I saw it in 4DX, and I highly recommend it.
Good way to see it. Good way to see
All
it.
right, thank you for the advertisement. Your next question. What 90s disaster film starring Bill Paxton was the second film directed by prolific cinematographer
Independence Day.
Jan de Bont?
Twister.
Wow.
Oh,
Yep,
shoot.
that is correct.
I
2
forgot Bill
points.
Paxton.
Didn't even need the other Wildberry. That's a solo berry move right there. Solo berry.
It's a one-berry
forgot
kind of
it.
answer.
Solo
Oh,
Barry
this
when
is
we
such-
really think
Should probably
about
take
it.
the S off of your
Helen
name.
Hunt.
Yeah.
Your next
Oh,
question
great.
in the world of disaster movies is the following. In the first segment of Cloverfield,
I hate
Beth and Rob make plans to visit what attraction/location in the New York City area?
I don't know, the Statue of Liberty. I hated that movie. I know it's not popular opinion. I hated that one.
We can provide
10
that. Is it
Cloverfield
A,
Lane?
Coney
I
Island,
loved that
B,
one.
Central Park, C, the Empire State Building, or D, the Statue
Statue
of
of
Liberty?
Liberty, first guess, Coney Island.
I think it's Statue of Liberty.
That is incorrect.
Coney Island.
Kingsmen.
I'd like to say B, Central Park.
That is also incorrect. Looking for the hot dog capital of the world, Coney Island. Coney Island. We see some chemistry issues developing between the Brits here.
Little known fact. Little known fact. Coney Island is not the best.
Your
kind of a
fourth
shithole.
question
Yeah,
in the
I've
world,
never-
I recommend Doghouse.
I've
Thank
heard
you,
a
Adam
lot of
Gertler.
food
Your next
poisoning
question
stories.
in the world of disaster movies. The Andrea Gale is the name of a ship in what 2000s biographical disaster drama?
Perfect Storm.
That's correct for 2 more points.
Never
2
heard of it.
points, and they've opened up a 5-point lead.
I'll
We
tell
still
you
have
what,
2 questions to go.
Nobody grows a spotty beard quite like Mark Wahlberg,
Not a
because in that
single
movie,
direct-
it is
love
spotty
Mark
and it is
Wahlberg.
handsome.
That is a fun
Fife, back
fact.
me up
Good
on that
looking
one.
dude.
Fun fact
Yep.
on that
These
one.
questions are very lack of intelligence.
Your next question.
That's
Old.
why they're disaster movies, dum-dum.
In the 1993 movie Alive, the plane passengers were on their way to compete in what sport before
Soccer.
crashing in the Andes Mountains?
Soccer, football.
That is
Incorrect.
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 Can we ask for multiple choice even
You
though they
may not. They
Well,
have
how many
to
of these
have
have you
asked
seen?
for it.
bollocks? Well, you want to know what? I'll have to try and
Cricket.
slide a new one in there and see if they'll go as a guess.
You are on the clock.
What sport was it?
Yeah.
Can we ask for a JTE?
I can certainly give you a JTE rule.
you.
That's one of your 3. In the 1993 movie Alive, the plane passengers were on their way to compete in what sport
No.
before crashing in the Andes?
Oh, in the Andes.
Well, we know it's not football or soccer.
Looking for an answer.
Were they white men?
5,
Maybe
White men.
4,
those multiple
3,
choices are wrong.
Skiing.
2. Incorrect.
Rugby.
Incorrect.
Goddamn
It
it.
was rugby. It
Oh.
was rugby.
I know,
Very
I
similar
was-
looking
Should have thought
Nobody
about
flies for
rugby.
Professional dance.
to football. And now the last question for the Wildberries. Ken, if they get this right without the aid of multiple choice, they're going to have a 7-point lead.
Commanding lead.
What seems like a close game could be a wide margin going into the last round. Your last question. What actor narrated the 2005 film
Tom Cruise?
War of the Worlds?
Oh wait, he didn't narrate it.
Well, gonna have to go multiple choice on that one. Thanks for jinxing us there, Ellis.
Not sure what voice you're doing.
Yeah.
That's my Ernest Borgnine.
Your
Or his
multiple
accent.
choice options are: is it A, Lawrence Fishburne,
Ooh.
B, James Earl
See, I thought
Jones,
Morgan Freeman, but
C,
he's just a
Morgan Freeman,
typical
or D,
narrator.
Michael Clark Duncan?
And so is James Earl Jones. They're both such typical narrators. So I don't want to guess them. They have such great voices, so
we're
they're
gonna Lawrence
normally.
Fishburne.
That is
Incorrect.
incorrect, Kingsman.
So I was
Can
gonna
you
guess A and D.
close the gap to 4?
I'll go with D, my second choice.
We an answer here. Ian.
I feel like B and C are a
Ah.
trap,
4.
but they're
Three,
so good. They could have done it.
two.
Oh,
Need an answer.
D, Michael.
Who is James L. Jones?
That is
I mean-
incorrect.
Who is it?
He's,
Who is it?
he's literally known for being the VO guy on so many movies. Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he does Penguins, he does Aliens, he does Mountain
Commercials.
Dew, doesn't
I hated
matter.
March of the Penguins. That is a terrible
All
movie.
right, competitors, we move on to round
I'm sorry,
3 where the
Morgan
Wildberries
Freeman.
have a 5-point
It's so
lead. In
bad.
round 3, we will
was great,
determine
but
our champion of the
everything
match
else
here
is so bad.
today. Because
And
the
I love nature
Wildberries
movies.
have a lead, they're going to be
That's bad.
giving us numbers first. What those numbers are range from 1 to 20. We need a series of 3 numbers from each team.
You know a movie's
Those
bad when
correspond
not
to a
even
movie
Morgan
category
Freeman
up here
can
at the
save it.
answer desk. We're going to ask you 3 questions if we get that far. Your first question is worth 2 points. Your next question worth 3 points. The last question worth 5 points. Because this is the team format, you may only confer for the 5-point question. Once we tell you the category of the 2-point question, the team must decide who is going to answer that question solo, a 1 king or a 1 berry, and then the opposite teammate will be answering whatever the 3-point question is. Like I said before, you can confer for the 5-point question only. Wildberries, we need 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 20. Should you be able to count that high?
3, 6, and 9.
I don't think they actually can count to
Multiples.
20, Ken. It did not sound like it. 3, 6, 9, Kingsman.
7, 16.
11.
All right.
seven,
Joe
16.
Theismann,
I've
Joe
never seen
Theismann,
such
Mark
befuddled
Rippon.
amusement over numbers since Hugh Grant in
All
Notting
right.
Hill.
All right, getting his heels mixed up.
Old fool there.
Flipping the Hughes around.
Ken, you will be administering the Kingsman questions. I will be asking the Wildberries their questions.
Absolutely. And I do remind you, when you answer with the who is, you're kind of taking time away for yourselves because sometimes the answers are timed in
isn't
some of these
Jeopardy.
matches. So Unless you're stalling, be careful there.
Yeah.
Here we
it
go.
is annoying.
All right, guys, here you go. You guys pick 7, 16, 11. Number 7 corresponds to the category of comic book movies. It's a 2-point question. Who will be answering
I'm looking
this
for
one?
a TKO here.
No, I'm gonna give you that one because you got that on
They
lock.
have played
Vaughn
better
is going to be answering
match
this
than they did
2-point
last
question.
one.
Took his glasses off, Ken.
2-point question. Bruce Campbell cameos as what role in 2002's
Uncle Ben.
Spider-Man?
He was
don't know.
at the door of the theater. What do you call that role? The doorman. What is that called?
I don't know.
You were about
Looking for a final answer in 5, 4, 3,
Bouncer.
The usher
2,
or
1.
the
No.
door? What is that?
Incorrect. We're looking for wrestling ring announcer. The ring
That's right.
announcer of
You're
the
thinking of-
wrestling match.
You're thinking of
Oh,
number
thinking
2.
to say, oh.
Yes.
Bloody
Bonesaw is ready. Here we go.
Macho Man.
I still haven't heard
R.I.P.
bollocks from you guys yet. I like that word.
All right.
Oh, you did?
The next number you selected was the number 16. We are in not quite must-get territory, but it'd be a little pressure.
If
here.
they want to win in regulation, Ken, they need to get this one and the 5-pointer.
Absolutely. We have a
Good math, Mark.
3-point question. Number 16 is the category of comedy for you, Jack. Comedy.
I'm
You'll
kinda
be
fucking
answering this one.
I think he's funny.
What is the name of the Pauly Shore film that centers around a courtroom?
that centers around a courtroom. Pauly Shore or Polly Shore?
Pauly Shore.
Got it. Just the accent miss up there.
5, 4, 3, 2,
My cousin didn't.
and 1.
Nah,
Need an answer.
lost it.
No answer.
Sorry.
Looking for jury duty.
Jury
duty.
Saw it in the theater.
Jury duty.
In the theater.
Also saw it in the theater.
Wow, that is
All right.
one of the most forgettable movies I've heard in a Schmoedown question ever.
Here
we didn't
we
even go
go.
son-in-law.
I don't
We
think
went-
I was
we went
alive
jury
when that
duty.
film came out.
All right.
Sorry.
You chose for your 5-point question. You need this to tie the game and stay alive.
Look at that
I
one.
will find you.
Vuvuzella's ready,
Here we
everybody.
have the category is for number 11 new releases. New releases. You guys can confer in this round. 5-point
Oh my
question.
god.
What is the town called in it?
The one.
Oh my gosh.
I watched both of them, and I
All
don't.
right.
I remember.
5, 4,
I saw this like 3
Three.
times in theaters.
2, 1. Need an answer. We
there
have
was it.
a winner by way of TKO. Wildberries.
The Wildberries, again, we're looking for dairy. Looking for dairy, Maine. It's just, it's either in the brain or it's.
I knew that. That's a bummer. So what? Wildberries got 20, Kingsmen got 15. If I were the Kingsmen, I would have. Excuse me. I would have 18 if I were the Kingsmen. So I wouldn't have beat the Wildberries. If I were the Wildberries, I would only have 11. So I wouldn't have beat the Kingsmen. It's kind of a little paradox there. Except I wouldn't beat the Wildberries with either of my scores. Alright. Make sure you check out the pre-interviews. They're always fun. Post-game interviews. Check out the match. Like, comment, subscribe to... Or like, comment, share, subscribe, I think are all those words, to me, and then go check out the Lighter. They're my buddies, except I've never met them. They're more my heroes than anything else. Okay, heroes is truly word, but oh well. Bye guys, have a great day.